Hi. I do not think you should be expecting a Santa Claus rally in most global stock markets this time. Last year, I was among the very few people who had predicted that there would be a Santa Claus rally, and it really did happen. But this time, I do not think there will be a Santa Claus rally. In fact, I also think that it is probably very unlikely that Janet Yellen will raise interest rates in its December 14-15 Fed meeting. I may be probably the only person out there who says so, but I have reasons. Firstly, do not forget that although unemployment in the United States is at the benchmark 5%, inflation is at a very low 2%, yet there is great concern going forward. Do not forget that Japan had hiked interest rates in 2000, 2006, 2007, only to reverse them shortly thereafter. Japan, you may remember, is a country which has been having low interest rates for almost 2 decades. Yet it has really not been able to kickstart the, the economy. Now, coming back to the United States, the problems which are there in America are very different from those which are there in the Eurozone. America has recovered quite a bit after the Great Recession. Eurozone has not. Its real consumer spending is still about 3.5% lower than that which existed prior to the beginning of the Great Recession. So the monetary policy of the Eurozone is very different from that of US Federal Reserve. Um, you see more easing coming in from the European Central Bank, whereas in the United States, the Federal Reserve is ready to tighten screws. Having said that, I still believe that there is a chance that Jan Yellen may not raise interest rates and surprise stock markets on December 15. Although, as I said, the inflation is quite subdued, and this is in fact low inflation is one of the reasons why they may not bring down the or rather raise the interest rates, because when you have a period of low inflation you really do not raise interest rates. You raise interest rates to fight inflation and not to fight disinflation. The oil prices, the way they are falling, is indicative of the fact that growth in the world is slowing dramatically. Not only that, there is great shortage of demand. Rather, there's a supply demand imbalance which is causing such a falling period of crude prices, and therefore inflation is really falling probably all over the world. And in such an environment, it would be very difficult for the US Fed to raise interest rates. Uh, and not only that, do not forget that there is low productivity in the US. And if you allow an economy to run a little hot, then what happens is you can absorb the extra workforce which right now is sitting on the sidelines. So you can generate more employment, you can increase the productivity of the economy, and this all augurs well for the well being of the United States. This may be another reason why Jan Yellen may be hesitant. Also, do not forget that there is a high debt level in many parts of the US economy. All that will stand or get into bigger trouble once the interest rates go up. And this is another factor they would consider. The only reason why I believe Jan Yellen could still go and raise interest rates is the fact that Federal Reserve has been signaling from such a long time that a hike in interest rates is round the corner, that if they really don't do it, it would reduce their credibility substantially. Now, if that's the only reason why they should go and raise interest rates, I really don't know. But I still would adopt a contrarian thinking and believe that Jan Yellen may stand out and not raise interest rates this time. Another thing that you need to bear in mind is I've given you the reasons why I believe this could happen, and but definitely there is a lot more turbulence and negativity around the corner as far as the outlook for global stocks goes, and I would advise investors to continue to stay on the guidelines. And another thing that I believe should happen in 2016 is the experts, the commentators on finance, those people who including me, who would like to predict how they believe the next year is going to span out. There should be one thing which the television channels, the newspapers, the people who publish our views should do is they should have the past predictions appearing somewhere, so that the people who view our views and the predictions get to know how we have been successful or not successful in what we are trying to analyze. Many times people just keep changing their views every few days, few weeks, few months, and it doesn't stand out as to what they had earlier commented or earlier predicted would be the shape of global stock markets in time to come. This, I think, is extremely important because public, the people, the investing population is getting quite confused. They really do not know what exactly this person had predicted earlier. That's why I try to put in all my views in the form of a book, which you can refer at any point of time. It's available on the internet, and people can go back and see what I have predicted from time to time, so you can see the performance. After all, it is what you have, what is a precedent that is of utmost importance. You just cannot keep predicting things without having a good background. I mean, you have to. People should have the opportunity to go back and see for themselves as to how well I have been able to predict the past, the future, and it is just this what really should be the guiding companion to any investor. So, as I said, this I believe is my wish that for 2016, the relevant television channels, the newspapers, and the people who publish various articles in whichever medium it may be, paper, electronic, digital, they should go ahead and they should have the views of us published every time we come and make predictions, so people can analyze how well we did or how well we did not do. In the meanwhile, coming to the immediate scenario, the selling should continue in global stock markets. I would advise investors to stay on the sidelines. Happy investing. Take care. Bye bye.